Hello and welcome, everyone, to SoCalCollegeSports.com. My name is Mike Cepeda, joined alongside Jeff Stoynoff and Coach Russ Dix. For today's matchup, the Long Beach City College Vikings playing host to the East LA College Huskies. And, Coach, going to be a matchup of two young teams today, very evenly matched. We should have a good one.
Should be a great match. They are very evenly matched and have lots of good diggers on the ELAC side and pretty good hitters on the Long Beach side, so it should be some fun.
And Coach Dix, your daughter, Kelsey Dix, number 2 in the South Coast Conference in assists. She is Long Beach's setter, and really she's the one that kind of sets the tone. The only sophomore in the starting lineup for Long Beach.
The only sophomore on the Long Beach team at all. So, yeah, she's the one that provides some leadership to the team, and if she does a good job, the hitters will be able to hit the ball, and hopefully ELAC won't be able to dig as much.
Of course, we talked about the big hitters for Long Beach City College, and the two that really stand out, Lonnie Samoa and Danielle Tuatasi. Both freshmen. Lonnie has 140 kills on the season and 101 for Danielle Tuatasi. Don't forget about Doreen Iosua with 111 kills on the season. We should expect to hear their name called a lot today.
You will see that quite a bit. And Doreen actually is the coach's daughter, believe it or not. There's lots of daughters on this team. And Doreen has played outside and played middle. She's kind of changed positions depending on what the team needs. So, you'll probably see in their middle tonight, but she'll do, I think, a good job there too.
So starting lineups, we'll go ahead and set them for you right now. For East LA, the visiting Huskies, number 1, Priscilla Vaca. Number 2, Elvia Lucero. Number 12, Roxanne Cardona. Number 13, Bianca Acosta. Number 14, Jessica Delgado. Number 19, Claudia Mosqueda. And then their libero, and Coach will explain that position in just a second after I set up the lineups here, Marissa Carrillo. For Long Beach, it'll be Garrica Trias, number 1, number 2, Danielle Tuatasi, number 3, Asia Everett, number 4, Doreen Iosua, number 5, Jasmine Solano, number 9, Lonnie Samoa, and, of course, the aforementioned Kelly Dix, lone sophomore of this Long Beach City squad. And, Coach, when we talk about having that 7th player out there, the libero, why don't you give us a little insight as to what that position means?
The libero's job is to pass the volleyball. She plays just back row, can't play in the front row at all, can't hit the ball over the net, but she will be in there trying to pass the ball every time she can, every time she gets a hand on the ball. And she can come in and out freely, whereas anybody else that comes into the game would have to be substituted in on the sidelines. The libero, you'll see them. They'll run them back and forth, and they're the ones in the other colored jerseys. So on Long Beach's side, she's in red, and on ELAC's side, they're in green.
Claudia Mosqueda will be the ELAC setter, and, of course, Kelly Dix, the Long Beach City College setter. We were almost set to go here from Viking Gym. Of course, this broadcast being brought to you today by Boudreaux Pipeline Corporation and Highline Volleyball. Almost set to go here.
Lots of downtime at the start of a game.
Yeah.
Checking the lineups, making sure everybody's in the right spots.
Well, Coach, you coached, I believe, 20-odd some years for Eisenhower High School in Yakima, Washington. So you are very familiar with the ins and outs of the game as they are played and throughout, in between.
Things have changed since when I started, but, yeah, I know what goes on most of the time.
ELAC will start things off. Kelsey, bump set. Outside.
There's a nice dig there. That's a good set. Yeah, there we go.
Good set, and that's in on the outside. That is Danielle Tuatasi.
You see Kelsey dug that ball, and then Lonnie set it. So Lonnie's the opposite setter, so she helps out when somebody does a good job like that, gets the ball up in the air.
So Danielle gets the kill, and she'll get the serve right here. Set up to the outside. Dug nicely by Doreen.
Come on, Doreen.
Nice kill there, Jessica Delgado. Hey, Long Beach just couldn't handle that one. 1-1.
Yeah, Jessica's one of their good hitters. Jessica's got 1.8 kills per game. You'll see here getting a lot of sets. Good.
And we talked about before the game, Coach, really it's a young squad for Long Beach, and they're going to have to be wary and make sure that they can maintain focus throughout, because sometimes when you have a young team, you tend to lapse in focus, and that allows the team other opportunities, unforced errors. You really got to keep an eye out for that.
Yep, you do indeed. There you just saw the libero just came in the game for Doreen there, missed that last pass. Now she's playing back row back here in the corner.
A dink opportunity there for ELAC. And nice job, Lonnie Samal with a heads-up play, a dink inside the 10-foot mark. Well, she read the opening there, Coach, and she just put it home.
She did. She was right on top of things. You know, ideally you want your setter to set the ball, but sometimes they just have to take advantage of what's presented to them.
Asia Everett now on the serve for Long Beach. It's tied up 2-2. Outside hit, set it up, dug out nicely by Everett. What a hit. That was from the back row, Coach, number 14. That's Jessica Delgado. And Delgado, I believe, is one of the team's leaders for ELAC coming in terms of their kills. Yeah, Delgado, a freshman, averaging almost 2 kills a game.
Yeah, sometimes the setter just sets wherever she is to be able to put the ball away.
3-2 ELAC on top.
The setters know who their good hitters are. They try and get the ball to them as much as possible, whether it's front row or back row.
Quick set there, nice block.
Nice job, Jerica.
Jerica Trias reading that quick set nicely. She dunks it back the other way, 3-3.
As we predicted, close game, 3-3. Started out tight.
On the serve, here's Lonnie.
Nice pass there on ELAC's side.
Back set, and that's
yeah, that's going to be a bad. It's going to be called. It's kind of had too much rotation.
Double touch on that one, I believe that is the term.
It's changed. The term has changed somewhat. It used to be lift. Now it's a double contact, but either way, it's bad.
Either way, 4-3 lead for Long Beach.
Another errant pass there.
So Marissa Carrillo couldn't really handle that ball there from Lonnie. 5-3 after the unforced error. Bump set
Much
coming.
Better. Back row again.
Delgado gets it over. Here's Dix, outside. Ball's going to go wide.
Yep.
Looked like she was kind of going away from that. That was Garrica Trias on the hit.
That was a little bit far outside. She needs to be in a little closer to that antenna there on the sideline so that she can put the ball in the court.
Really had no other choice but to have it go outside and hope that it would fall in, but it went outside. So 5-4, ELAC down 1. ELAC, East LA College, the Huskies coming in today.
Nice ace serve there by Priscilla.
And that's Jasmine Solano, the libero for Long Beach, having one go off her. That was a tricky serve there, kind of a floater there from Priscilla Vaca. Another serve coming from Priscilla, and that's an ace.
Yep.
Priscilla Vaca with an ace, and that'll tie things. That'll shoot ELAC up by 1, 6-5. Best of 3, 5-game match here. We're in game 1, 6-5 East LA. Lonnie with a hit from the outside. What power! Nicely dug by Delgado. Quick set here in the middle. Blocked over nicely. Here's a bump set from Dix. And she can't get it over. Well, it was blocked. Good ebb and flow from both teams. Back set to the 10-foot line.
There we go. Nice spot, Lonnie.
And Lonnie puts it right where nobody is. 6-6. Long Beach pulls even.
That was called a little roll shot. Didn't hit it really hard, just kind of lobbed it in the middle of the court where everybody's way back waiting for the really hard hit. And it just dropped center in the court.
Garrica Trias will now serve for Long Beach. Dix has her girl. That's a kill. Daniel Tuatasi. 7-6.
That's Kelsey won. It was a nice pass. It allowed Kelsey to set the ball easily out to the outside. Danielle just put it away.
Quick set. Kelsey with a back set to the 10-foot line. That's Lonnie. Is it going to go in? No, it's out. Now even it up, 7-7. East LA versus Long Beach on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, and Coach Russ Dix filling in on the color and filling in nicely. Here's the serve from Elac. Quick set, quick back set there.
Outside.
Outside, and Tuatasi. Too much power on it. Elac can't block it back. 8-7, Long Beach leads it.
You see already how many digs Elac's getting. They're getting a lot of balls up in the air.
Doreen Iosua on the serve. Kelsey puts it over. Battle at the middle. Lonnie just couldn't get it over. I think there's a little bit of miscommunication between her and Doreen.
I think one of those freshman mistakes again,
Have to communicate better on that. That'll bring up the score even again, 8-8. And like you said, Coach, at the top of the broadcast, evenly matched teams should be a good one.
You can see a lot of lead changes like this. Close scores all the way.
Setting up Danielle outside. That's another kill to Watasi. Second on the team coming in. Actually, third on the team coming in. She puts one down right there. 9-8, Long Beach leads it. Kelsey Dix will serve. Delgado. And Tuatasi has been, she's been pretty dominant here early on.
That's 4 kills for her already. And we've got, 10 points, so she's responsible for a lot of those.
We'll have a sub in right now. Jasmine Solano will come in. Off is Doreen Iosua. Dix on the serve. I'll have to bump it over. Elac couldn't contain. Back
nice
set.
Back set going to Lonnie.
Nice back set there. Lonnie Samoa on the kill. And Dix doing a nice job of setting her up. Of course, Dix, again, as we mentioned earlier, number 2 in the conference in assists coming in. 11-8, Long Beach leads it. Set outside, here's Delgado. Nice dig by
Great dig.
Solano. Tuatasi comes back. 12-8. Kill number 5 for Danielle.
It was all started with the dig, though. Jasmine put that ball up in the perfect position so Kelsey could set the ball outside.
So Dix will have another crack at it on serve. 12-8. Long Beach. Delgado digs out the serve. Hit over. Lonnie will set up outside. Danielle will try to dink it past the block. Lonnie, another roll ball. Outside hit for Delgado. Tries to catch everybody off guard. Nice job by Dix getting it out. Here's Tuatasi. Back set. Dix, another nice dig.
And back row this time.
And that was a back row set. Too bad. Garrica Trios had a beat on it. Just couldn't get the ball in.
Some nice defense on both sides that time, though.
A nice rally indeed there, Coach. 12-9, Long Beach on top by 3. Tuatasi gets it over. Nice dig there. Delgado. Dug out by Tuatasi. Back set to Lonnie. Lonnie Samoa. That ball's out. And Long Beach wanted a touch. I don't think they're going to get it. 12-10, Long Beach holding on to their lead by 2.
Some of those unforced errors we talked about with the young team. They're just making too many mistakes right at the moment.
There's a serve. Dix with the set. Here's Lonnie outside. Can't get the ball over, but it was touched. Danielle will set up for Lonnie again. And Lonnie just couldn't get the ball over that time. The lead is cut to 1. SoCalCollegeSports.com. Women's volleyball coverage. Mike Cepeda, Russ Dix with you from Viking Gym. 12-11. Long Beach on top by 1. Lonnie setting outside for Danielle. Here's Elac. Delgado. That one's out. So service goes back and a point to Long Beach. And Tuatasi, who's been dominant up front, will now serve.
Now she's in the back row. You probably see her get a couple of sets in the back row too.
And there's a ball. There's a serve that's out. Serve. Maybe a little bit too much air on that one. Looks like she tried to float it. A jump float serve. You ever?
Jump float, yep. I'm not sure that's what she was trying to do, but that's what happened, and just floated out.
Lonnie tries to put it where nobody is. Nice job by Elac. Delgado does the same thing and catches Long Beach off guard. So a heads-up play by Delgado, and that'll make the score even at 13. Tuatasi on the dig. She'll get it from the 10-foot line, puts it over, it's blocked. Delgado passes it over, set up nicely. Solano digs it out. Here's Garrica.
Nice digs on Elac's side. Lots of balls up in the air.
Nice block there. That's Asia Everett.
There goes a Long Beach libero out again because Doreen's back in the front row.
Jasmine Solano will come off, and exactly, Coach. Doreen comes back on. Here's Asia on the serve. Elac gets it over. Here's Doreen. Delgado from the back row. Tuatasi digs it out nicely. Digs outside. Garrica. Back set. Blocked by Everett. Delgado from the 10-foot line. Digs it out. Lonnie will set. Outside to Trias. Try to put it over. Gets a hand on it. Gets it back over. Everett! What a play! Delgado will set things up again. Here's Lonnie. Puts it down and Delgado.
No, it's still playing. Nice job.
Well, it went off one of the rafters here in
which is legal.
Viking Gym, and it's legal. The ball was in play, but Elac couldn't hold on to it. Point goes to Long Beach. They lead it 15-13.
It's quite some defense out there, and Elac is getting a lot of balls up in the air.
Impressive display on both sides, Coach. You're exactly right. Quick set there from Elac. Long Beach controls. Here's Garrica. Has it blocked. Elac gets it over. Lonnie catches everybody off guard. Can they save it? They do. Quick set.
Oh, there we go.
Here's Doreen trying to get over everybody. Can they control it? They do. Back set to Lonnie. Lonnie puts it down. A lot of power. Still in play. Delgado saves it.
Wow.
Dix outside. Has it. It's blocked and tipped. Point Long Beach. 16-13. The Vikings lead the Huskies. Today's sponsor, Highline Volleyball and the Boudreaux Pipeline Corporation. 16-13, Long Beach in front. They get to serve. Here's Elac. Dug out nicely. Kelsey sets up Garrica. Garrica, Trias, the ball is out. Yeah. That's one that just floated wide on her, Coach.
Trying for that really sharp angle because obviously they're digging lots of balls that she hits in the backcourt, so she's trying to cut it tight and just cut it a little too tight.
Solano back on. And she gets a nice dig there. Sets up Lonnie. Lonnie, and that ball's in right on the line. Long Beach lead is pushed back up to 3. And Lonnie will serve.
And this is Long Beach's toughest rotation because the setter's in the front row and you get two big hitters, Lonnie and Daniel, in the back row. They're not really available to hit the ball hard.
Serve there, and it looks like that hit in.
Yeah, that was an ace.
The Huskies thought that would go wide, and that dropped right in on the line. And the lead up to 4, 18-14. Long Beach leads Elac.
I think that's 2 aces for Lonnie tonight so far.
Lonnie Samoa, you're exactly right there, Coach. Second ace on the night. She'll serve it again. Back set coming for Elac. Another back set right for you. Trias puts it where nobody is. 19-14. And East LA wants a timeout. They're going to talk things over. Take a break in the action here. SoCal College Sports. The Long Beach City Vikings leading East LA 19-14. This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Tutor,
Okay.
Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinevbc.com. Back in action from Viking Gym, Mike Cepeda, Coach Russ Dix. And Long Beach on top of East LA College, 19-14. Lonnie Samoa, 2 aces on the day already, will be serving. Set up outside, and there's a kill. Elac gets back into it. Roxanne Cardona, the team's leader in kills, gets one right there.
Has a little quicker set to the outside that time, not quite so high and loopy. And the middle blocker on Long Beach's side just stood there and kind of watched it instead of getting out there helping block.
Priscilla Vaca on the serve, dug out by Solano. Off the net, nice play by Dix to keep it alive. Outside.
Oh, that's a net. Yeah. Elac got a little anxious that time and hit the net instead of waiting for the ball.
And that pushes the lead out to 5, 20-15. Long Beach leads it. Here comes Garrica Trias on the serve. Ten-foot dig, that's out. 21-15. Coach, looks like Long Beach starting to pull away with this one.
They're starting to get in the rhythm of the game now. Coach is calling serving signals, telling them who to serve, and they serve a certain zone.
Cardona just couldn't put it down. Let's see if they set her up again. No, they go outside. Nice job by Long Beach keeping that one alive. Quick set, middle. Walk back over.
Nice job, Danielle.
Danielle Tuatasi been dominant in this first game, and that she accounts for one more right there. 22-15, Long Beach by 7. Cardona digs it out. Bump set outside. Shot goes over, is blocked. Well, it looked like
I think that was just 4 touches. I don't think it actually cleared the net.
I think you're right there, Coach. 23-15. And Coach, what do we go up to here?
25.
Win by 2?
Win by 2. No caps. It can go on forever sometimes.
Delgado gets it over. Solano digs it out. Here's Lonnie. Can she put it down? Looked like that one was going out. Delgado gets it back. Lonnie on the set to Dix. Outside to Atasi. Puts it down, blocked outside. Long Beach, game point, 24-15 to Atasi. I want to say kill number 6.
6. Good memory. I'm keeping track, and you just know that.
Brought my A game today, Coach.
You are. You're very impressive.
Tuatasi, can she finish things off? She does, number 7, and that'll do it for match 1. 1-0 on the day. Long Beach in front of East LA College, back in a bit on SoCal College Sports with game 2 here from Viking Gym. So game one goes to Long Beach. They lead it 1-0. SoCalCollegeSports.com coverage of women's volleyball, East LA College versus Long Beach. And right now, Coach, it's Long Beach holding serve. And the big story in the first game, Danielle Tuatasi, 7 kills, and the one that capped it off at the end. Actually, it was 8
kills.
So I shorted her one. 8 kills in the first game.
Yeah, hitting .571, which is equivalent to a batting average. Anything above 300 is considered very good, and .574 for an outside hitter is exceptional. No errors. I mean, she didn't hit any balls in the net or out of bounds. That's incredible. Lonnie had 6 kills, which is a good number, but see, she had 4 errors, so not quite as productive as Danielle is at this point.
So the hot hand right now, Danielle Tuatasi, and for East LA, their leader, Jessica Delgado, she actually had one from the 10-foot line, I believe, a nice kill. She is the leading kill artist for East LA College.
She's hitting 154, which is okay, but she's going to need to step it up. She's got the East LA has a lot of negative hitting percentages. It means they have more errors than kills.
I think right now the big difference is Long Beach's offense is just pounding away. And ELAC, even though they're getting a lot of balls up, they can't put it over with a lot of force on it.
They can't. They just kind of lob it in there, and then Long Beach has 27 digs. East LA has 19 digs, so lots of digging going on. Except for when Danielle hits, then it's down to the floor every time. No digging there.
Yeah, she doesn't allow for a lot of digging opportunities.
No, not so much.
What do they call one of those shots that hits you right in the chest and just
a chester.
You? Chester?
Yep. Or facial if he gets up a little higher in the face, which has happened too. Yeah, see, as a team, East LA is hitting negative at this point, so they need to pick it up. They need to start getting a few more kills, which they probably will do. Now their first game jitters out of the way. I'm sure they'll start playing a little bit better now. Long
Beach City College coming into today's matchup 3-3 in conference play. East LA 2-4, 4-9 overall, and Long Beach 6-8 overall. Long Beach at 500 looking to make it 4-3. They're off to a nice start, 1-0 on top of the Huskies. Of course, today's broadcast being brought to you by Highline Volleyball and the Boudreaux Pipeline Corporation. Long Beach will start things off. Nice dig there. Dix keeps it alive. Lonnie will set up outside. Here's Tuatasi. That's blocked. So it's striking first blood here in game number 2 is East LA. They lead it 1-0. Delgado on the serve. Lonnie from the outside. That's blocked over. And East LA responding nicely, getting that block over.
Must have had a little talking to from the coach in the timeout and said, you need to start blocking some balls, not letting them hit away. And just look what they're doing. Block 2 in a row.
First Danielle, now Lonnie. 2-0 East LA in front. Dix, back set to Tuatasi. Ball's over, that'll go out.
There goes that great hitting percentage. Just when we talk about her and then she starts doing stuff like that.
I know, I think we jinxed her, Coach.
Yeah, we did.
Delgado to serve again for ELAC. Tuatasi, nice dig out. Lonnie hits it over, but it's blocked. No, they're going to say that just hit the net.
Yeah, that's a taper.
So Lonnie didn't get it over. 4-0 East LA on a bit of a rally here after dropping game 1. Delgado to serve. An ace, miscommunication. That was Doreen and Danielle. And they didn't know who was going to go after that one. That one falls free. So 5-0 East LA in front big here in game number 2.
My notes say that Jessica has had 20 digs so far this season, so that's 21 for her.
Tuatasi from the 10-foot line area.
Rolled one
Spikes it home right in the middle where nobody was. So Long Beach on the board here in game 2. Danielle will get to serve things out. Here to start things off for Long Beach. That one hits the net. Well, the rule is if the serve hits the net, it's still in play.
It's still legal.
That one hit the net, hit right in the middle, and nobody was able to get to it before it hit to the ground.
It's very hard to pass a ball that hits the net first. It kind of does weird jumping things.
There's a shot. Solano digs it out. Back set from Dix to Lonnie. Lonnie Samoa gets it. Her shot blocked. That was Elvia Lucero on the block there. She'll come off and gets a nice high five from everybody on the ELAC bench.
Well, they had no blocks in the first game, ELAC, and they've had 3 so far this game. So really stepping up that part of their game.
ELAC leads it 6-2 here in game 2 from Viking Gym. It's a ball that goes in, hit on the back line. And that's Marissa Carrillo, the libero, for East LA, 7-2. So a misread there results in a point there for ELAC. Solano digs that one out. Dick's going to set up in the middle. Lonnie dinks it over. Carrillo sets up outside. Back set. Lonnie. What a shot. Gets it back. Yeah, it's a great dig there, Coach. And getting it over. Asia Everett catches everybody off guard. Puts it. Well, I want to say she did that intentionally. She put it off the hands of the middle blocker, but on the side of East LA. Is that right, Coach?
That's right. She's kind of using the block, trying to use what's available to her. Wasn't a great set, so she had to do something creative with it.
She'll get the serve here. Here's Everett. Dug out by Carrillo. Outside Roxanne. Blocked. Kept alive nicely by Long Beach. Outside. That's blocked. That'll hit out.
Nice Louise job. In the game now. Different player. Louise.
So Louise Jocks comes in. A lot of power on that one, and that time ELAC couldn't handle the block. That ricochets out of bounds. 7-4, Long Beach trails it by 3. Game 2 here from Viking Gym. Women's volleyball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Set up outside. Here's Louise again, and there's a double tap.
I bet you'd like to have that one back. That was an easy play, really. Just kind of overran it a little bit.
Hey, both teams young, and we'll see some unforced errors. Yep. That's one right there that resulted in a point for Long Beach. 7-5. The Vikings trail the Huskies by 2. Another serve again for Long Beach. Nice serve. Nice dig. Oh, she just couldn't come up with it. Asia, a little bit of a late beat on that ball from Roxanne Cardona.
As I think I said earlier, sometimes it's not the hard hit balls that go down every time. Sometimes a little roll shot right to the middle is a really good play.
It's the well-placed ball there. ELAC in front by 3, 8-5. Dix sets up back. Lonnie Samoa hits it off the block. 8-6. And Lonnie Samoa will get the serve for the Vikings. Nice serve there. Cardona keeps it alive. Delgado. Dix sets up outside. Louise just mishit it there. Louise Jocks. And that one falls on the Long Beach side, 9-6.
In for Jerica this game, playing outside position.
Cardona on the serve for ELAC. Tuatasi on the dig, setting up outside.
That's
nice shot. Doreen Iasua. Doreen, number 3 on the team in kills, coming in. She puts one down right there, 9-7.
That's her first kill of the game, though. First kill of the match, actually.
Long Beach crawling back into it. They trail it by 2, 9-7 to East LA.
Jerica's coming into play for back row for Louise. And
serve goes off the net. And Garrica Trias coming in right there, responding with a big serve. That falls down on the ELAC side. 9-8, the lead is 1. Cardona on the dig. Couldn't keep it over. That'll set things up for Long Beach. Dix, back set. Here's the slide. Right in the middle. Doreen Iasua. And that notches everything up at 9. So ELAC couldn't capitalize. They shot out in this game 5-0. And Long Beach has come back and tied it up. Cardona on the dig. Back set, quick back set. It looked like it was going to go outside. Solano keeps it alive. ELAC back set. Ball goes over, hits on Long Beach's side. 10-9. ELAC up by 1 again.
It seems to be a problem spot for both teams right in the middle of the court there.
So East LA will serve. Solano to Dix. What a shot there. Doreen again. That's kill number 3, I want to say.
She's come alive this game, yeah.
No kills in game 1. She has 3 already here in game 2. It's 10-10. Ball's dinked over. And again, that trouble spot, Coach, rearing its ugly head right in the middle. Somebody's got to step up from that back row.
They do.
And what would you advise there, Coach? It looks like the back row is getting a little bit of a late beat, but I think we can they're kind of telegraphing East LA is.
They are. And I think the off front row person needs to come back and help dig a little bit. They're not blocking anyway. They need to come back.
Tuatasi! Another shot. Number 9, I believe, Coach.
Number 10.
Is that 10?
I have 10.
Tuatasi in double digits. 11-all. Game 2, Long Beach took the first game. Long Beach serves. Back set, Delgado. Hits it off the block, and Delgado's been a force. She went on a 5-point tear in her first service attempt, and she's back to serve now for the Huskies. And there's another serve. I want to say there's a little bit more movement on that ball right there than I've seen from everybody else. Delgado been very effective with her serve so far throughout this match.
It has. The passers think they have it right in their sights, and then it moves at the last second and kind of just ricochets off their arm a little bit like that.
2 in a row there for Delgado. 14-11. East LA leads it. I want to say that's 8 points now on Delgado's serve alone. Solano has that one under control. Back set to Tuatasi. Puts it down. What a dig! Samoa with a hard angle. Delgado from the back row. Solano digs it out. Nobody's there. Dick's trying to get to it and just couldn't catch up. What a dig by Delgado. And there's a serve. That's just too bad. Delgado with a nice run. Her second run of this game, Coach.
Yep.
I believe that's 9 points on her serve. A 5-0 run in the first, or for her first service attempt, and 4 right there. 15-12. Long Beach trails it by 3. Cardona. Is that out? It is.
Oh, that's a big time net, though.
Well, somebody hit the net.
Yeah, there's a huge net.
So, yeah, that point is going to be awarded. The ball hit out, but there was a huge net from the Long Beach side. Looked like Lonnie Samoa maybe caught a little bit of the twine.
You can tell by the look on her face that she didn't really want to do that. But
16-12, East LA in front here in Game 2. Long Beach took the first.
Got a couple subs coming in now. We got Amanda Peck coming in for the back row for Danielle, and Louise returning to the front row.
Carrillo will serve for East LA. Nice jump serve there from Carrillo. Dick sets up outside. Louise doesn't really have much. Cardona with it. Nice dig from Long Beach. Hitting it off the block, Louise Jocks. And that's the second kill for Louise in this game. Everett will serve. Cardona with a dig. Set up in the middle. And they just couldn't get that one over.
Yep.
Attempted by Leslie Marino, and she couldn't really put a lot on it. I think she was a little caught off guard.
I think she was. She thought the set was going to go outside. It was not a great pass. And it's out.
That one floats out. That's the second time on Asia that one's floated out on her. I believe that was Asia the first time we saw in Game 1 where it floated out. So she's trying to employ that float serve, but it's floating out instead of floating in. So the setter, Mosqueda, Claudia Mosqueda for ELAC. Serves it away. Dix sets from the knees. Lonnie, and that hit out. Very close, but I believe that's the correct call,
I think
Coach.
that is the correct call. Didn't seem very definitive from that linesperson, but I think it was right. It was the right call.
18-14, ELAC in front. Dix sets up outside. Nice hit. Good power there, Doreen Iasua. And Doreen getting on track here in Game 2. It was Tuatasi in the first game, and Doreen Iasua has been the go-to girl in the front line here for Long Beach. 18-15. There's a nice serve. Well,
that's a nice
ELAC,
swing.
wow, what a shot.
It's a great swing. Weren't expecting it in the back row.
Priscilla Vaca, and Solano just couldn't hold on to it. Well, Cardona will get the serve, 19 of 15. ELAC up 4. Here's a serve. Solano to Dix. Samoa, Lonnie from the 10-foot line. What a shot, dug out nicely by Cardona. Delgado, that's dug out by Peck. Louise Jocks can't get it over. And the story of game 2, Coach, is that blocking assignment up front has really stepped things up for the Huskies of ELAC.
It has. It's causing the hitters of Long Beach quite some problems. I know they're taking Louise out and putting Jerica in to see if they can change that outside hitting position.
Almost seems like the Long Beach players are a little tentative to hit because the block has been so effective here in the game 2. Here's Doreen. Iasua. ELAC gets a hand on it. Back set up. That's going to go out. Vaca just couldn't get that ball down. It was a quick bump set backwards. So 20-16, East LA up by 4, or by 5 rather. They adjust the score there, 20-15, sorry. Cardona digs that serve out. Outside Delgado. Solano on it. And it looks like there's a net there. Is that correct, Coach?
Yeah.
I want to say they're trying to flag. Yeah, Lonnie had it.
It's two net errors for her so far.
21-15.
Timeout from Long Beach this time.
Yeah, we'll have a break in the action. Long Beach Coach Susie Whitmer want to talk things over. Break in the action here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Seathorpe, Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinebbc.com.
21-15, East LA in front of Long Beach, game 2. Of course, Long Beach took the first. Solano, it gets away from her, but Long Beach able to hold. Mosqueda sets up Vaca. Dix gets it back over. Middle set, Delgado gets it up. Played back. Outside, Tuatasi. Cardona on the day. And that was a double hit there from Mosqueda. So the lead cut back to 5, 21-16 now. Long Beach trails it. And Tuatasi has a rifle of an arm. Mosqueda outside to Vaca again. Dug out by Lonnie. Lonnie Samoa set up over to Tuatasi.
That block again, affecting the play.
Cardona from the 10-foot line. Controlled nicely. And that's Asia, and that's tipped. Looked like that ball was going out. Carrillo a little late to react. She wanted to refrain from touching the ball, but I think the bump was already there.
Yep. She was kind of committed. It's like, oh, well, I better follow through and try and play it.
I think the indecision cost her. I think if she decides to go for that ball, she's probably on it.
Yep, I think so too. It wasn't really hit hard.
21-17, the lead down to 4. Delgado gets it over right in the middle, but right there is Garrica. Garrica, Dix, Tuatasi again, number 11. Kill number 11 for Danielle Tuatasi. Iosua will serve again. Cardona, Mosqueda, quick set over. Oh, nice play. Great pancake save there. Samoa to Dix outside. Tuatasi. Another kill for Danielle Tuatasi. That's 12.
That's a really nice save by Kelsey. Nice, like you said, nice pancake. Got that ball up. It was sure going to the floor.
Hey, I knew that that volleyball background I had in high school would come back. And timeout East LA. The lead is cut to 2, 21-19. Take a break here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Today's broadcast being brought to you by the Boudreaux Pipeline Corporation and Highline Volleyball. 21-19, Long Beach has cut the lead to 2 on Doreen Iasua's serve. How will East LA respond after the timeout? Well, there's a gift right there from the freshman. Iasua serves it out.
There's 7 times you never want to serve out, and that's certainly one of them. After a timeout, you never want to serve the ball out of the court.
So possible momentum shift here for ELAC. Vaca will serve. Samoa to Dix. To Atasi. Great dig by Correa. Delgado.
So back out to Danielle. Oh, no. Backside.
Lonnie from the 10-foot line. Good power. Everett will control. Here's Dix outside to Tuatasi. Here's Mosqueda, and that one's going to go out.
Sometimes just keeping the ball in play and having somebody make a mistake is a good thing. Keep it alive.
Good rally there from both sides. 22-20, and this one's going to come down to the wire here in game 2.
Great
Long
defense
Beach
by Libero on ELAC's side that time. That was a great dig.
Yeah, Carrillo just on fire with that dig. Quick set to the middle, and nice play there. That was Elvia Lucero on the dink. Call that a doink or a dink, Coach?
That's a dink.
Dink.
Nope, another timeout for Long Beach.
Second timeout taken for Long Beach. It's a close one, 23-20, and the Vikings don't want to let this one get away. Another break here on SoCal College Sports.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Tutorp, Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinebbc.com.
23-20, ELAC leads Long Beach. Solano, Dix keeps it alive, but that one's going to go out. And Delgado has been just a monster on her service game here. I want to say we're in double digits. She's accounted for most of the points here on her serve.
Yeah, she came back after the timeout and got her serve in, you notice. Didn't serve out like Long Beach did that time.
Game point. Lonnie hits it off the block. Delgado saves it. Set up for Carrillo. Hits it in the middle. That one going to go out. No, ELAC saves it. Looked like that one was going out, Coach.
I'm not sure. It could have probably hit the line, and then you'd like the killer and just drops on the line like that. You want to try and play everything you can.
24-21. It's game point for East LA. Tuatasi on the serve. Nice jump serve. Dug out by Carrillo. Delgado from the 10-foot line. Miscommunication. They'll try to get it over. Can Long Beach get it? They do. Outside to Cardona, and that goes off the block. Game number 2 goes to ELAC. The Huskies is pulled even in this match, 1-1. Take a break here between games. Jeff starting off with a play-by-play when we come back on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
back in Long Beach. And a best of 5 becomes a best of 3. 1 game all. Coach, let me put it to you directly here. What adjustments do you make if you're Long Beach off of what just happened in Game 2, and what do you expect to see here in Game 3?
I think Long Beach has to not worry quite so much about the block and just hit away. I mean, when they were hitting the ball hard in the first game, they were doing really productive. They hit 196 first game. This last game, they hit 162. They just didn't hit as efficiently. They made some unforced errors, they call it, where you just hit out of bounds or into the block or into the net for really no reason. And ELAC did a great job of putting up a solid block and playing some great defense behind it, getting lots of balls up and keeping it alive.
Now for ELAC, obviously, no adjustments, I guess.
Just keep doing more of the same.
More of the same for them.
Yep, keep that block solid and keep playing defense behind them. Get balls up and let the hitters swing away at it.
So generally, if it comes down to a question of just power hitting from the front line, that's where Long Beach really wants this to be.
They do. Yeah, that's their game, is to hit hard and hit often. Yeah, Danielle only had 4 kills that last game. She had 8 the first game, so she needs to pick up her production too. Looking at the numbers, Lonnie came alive a little bit. Doreen certainly came alive, got 4 kills.
Is Game 3 set to get underway, and it will be Vaca to serve first. Tuatasi, and they will set her up far side.
There we go.
And right back to what has been working, and that is Danielle Tuatasi.
Hitting the ball hard.
Beach goes on top 1-0, and Danielle Espinosa checks in for East LA. And that serve is too strong from Tuatasi. And saw that a couple times last game. There is just serving the ball a little too long. And it's just adrenaline, something you have to control back there a little bit.
Yeah, you really want to keep the ball in play, obviously. That makes sense. And you want to serve tough. You don't want to give the team an easy pass, the other team.
Trias.
Nice
and
job.
that looked like it went long.
No, that was in the court.
That was in the court. So
Yep.
2-1 now.
It's a weird angle down here. You can't see a lot what goes on the other side.
Looked like a little contact on the front line, and it will be Asia Everett to serve. And that is Carrillo.
It's a perfect pass. Off the blocker that time.
And the finish from Cardona. So 2-2.
It's like Mike and I talked about. It should be a close game. It should be back and forth like that quite a bit.
And it'll be Elvia Lucero now to serve. Dug out nicely by Tuatasi, and they'll set up Trias again.
No touch.
And Trias.
Touch on the block.
So the point to Beach. And they get it back, leading 3-2. And it's going to be Samoa. Lonnie Samoa to serve. Samoa having a pretty big game, a pretty big match as well, opposite Tuatasi.
Yep, doing a good job. She's got 8 kills so far this game. Or this match, I should say, right?
And another serve
Service
that goes
error.
long.
2 in a row now. That's not good.
Well, you got the coaching experience. Is that a true gray hair moment for a coach there when the serve just goes long? Is that?
It's the only time when you have total control over everything that's going on in the game when you go back to serve, and you need to get those serves in the court. And there's no excuse, especially when the person ahead of you served it out.
Setting up Yosua, and that's dug out. And now bump back over, and Solano will set things up. Trias again. And that is blocked up front.
Yep.
I want to say that was Marino sliding over to get a piece of that. Mosqueda with the serve. And they will back set. And that was Samoa dug out, sent back over. Long Beach again, it's Trias. Blocked again by Marino.
Yeah, East LA has really stepped up their block these last couple of games. And this is paying dividends for them.
And Marino, relatively fresh legs. She didn't really play. She didn't play at all in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out and has given them a lift defensively, and ELAC leads at 5-3 now. And a quick tap over by Dix, and Long Beach gets it back. They now trail at 5-4.
And good for Long Beach. They got Danielle in the front row again. If she can hit like she did the first game, then they'll be more successful.
Very alert play from Dix there. Opting not to go with the set, instead picks it up. Trias to serve. Mosqueda with the set. And they work it across. Vaca sends it to the back row. They'll set up Samoa again. And that is dug out. And Long Beach goes back to work. Tuatasi.
There you go.
And that's good. Another kill for Tuatasi. Game tied at 5.
That was a smart kill that time. It kind of went down the line. Instead of hitting cross court where all the diggers are, she kind of chucked it down the line a little bit. And there was nobody there. And out of bounds.
Frias, and that serve will go wide. So three
service errors.
Three service errors thus far, and it's only 6-5 here in
so
game 3.
half their points are from errors on Long Beach's side, half of ELAC's points.
Cardona getting ready to serve, and that is Samoa. And they will set up Yosua, and she's able to finish. And Yosua to serve. Cardona. And now far side trying to set up Delgado. And that is blocked.
Nice cover by the libero. That was a great job way to be in there, libero.
Dix again with the quick tap. And Elac scrambling just sends it over. And now they will set up Everett in the middle. And Everett finishes, and Beach has the lead in game 3.
Jeff, just like we talked about before the game, if you get a good pass like that, you have all your hitter options. So you can set your middle, you can set your outside. When the pass is way off there, like it has been a couple times, you have only the outside to go to. Yeah,
Everett with a relatively rare opportunity, but she makes the most of it. Now Vaca, and that's short, and she was dealing with the middle blocker, Everett, and she is a formidable force there in the middle on defense.
There's a lot of hands above the net, that's for sure.
So 8-6 now, Long Beach. Yosua still on the serve. And Mosqueda will set up Vaca in the middle, and that is blocked by Everett once again.
As you said, formidable block, and there it is, right there.
Well, she's that kind of, we talk in basketball a little bit about the shot blocker in the middle and the effect that can have overall on defenses. I wonder if there's a carryover in terms of having that enforcer type of presence in volleyball in the middle when you have a particularly strong middle blocker.
Well, I definitely think that's true because, East Los Angeles was really blocking well that second game and forcing a lot of errors on Long Beach's side. So, yeah, it does make a difference.
Let's take a quick timeout. 5 points in a row for Long Beach. They lead at 10-6 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Tutorp, Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinevbc.com.
Nice serve.
Back in action and another point for Beach. 6 in a row now, and they lead at 11-6. So Yosua continuing to work.
Can't relax in this game, though. The momentum can shift at a moment's notice.
Short serve, and Vaca able to dig it out. And they set up Delgado far side.
Nice spot.
And a crafty shot as she
very smart play.
Dinks it cross court and finds the opening. So East LA back on the serve now.
That coming from a freshman, too. That's good. Heads up play for her.
And a strong serve that from Cardona. And East LA trying to work their way back into the game. It's 11-8 now. Excuse me, correction. That was Carrillo on the serve. Still working. Back row, and Yosua digs it out. From the back row, and that's Samoa dug out by Carrillo. Another dink, and Long Beach back to work. Back set to Samoa, and she dinks it now. Vaca with a diving save. And it's Mosqueda who just has to send it over. Tuatasi near side, dug out. And Mosqueda tries to dink. Long Beach is there. Tuatasi one more time.
Off the block that time.
And off the blocker indeed. So Long Beach back on serve. Once again, we want to thank our sponsor, the Boudreaux Pipeline Corporation. And it's Kelsey Dix on the serve. Mosqueda. Far side Delgado. Yosua with the dig. Back to Tuatasi. Carrillo is there. Delgado one more time to the back row. Yosua with a diving dig. And one more time, but she can't quite control that one. And East LA with the point. Vaca on the serve. Dix with the set, and Tuatasi up the middle and finishes. Well, Tuatasi with all kinds of angles there working up the middle, and
She
found
did.
the open spot back left.
Yeah, I think the coaches on Long Beach side has given them all kinds of plays to try and run and get those hitters isolated a little bit so they have some room to swing and not just hit at the defense all the time. East LA is doing a great job picking up lots of balls.
Amanda Peck has checked in. She will serve. Carrillo and Espinosa will set. And that was for Mosqueda, and she is able to get the kill. So 13-10 now, and East LA hanging around.
Hanging around.
We see Mosqueda doing a lot of setting, but a lot of versatility. They're able to finish far side.
Yep. Oh.
And that serve
service
into
error
the
for
net
LA.
from Delgado. And
Their best server last
Yeah,
game especially got over half their points.
so that'll give the serve to Asia Everett. Everett, a freshman from Hoffman Estates. I have to mention that because I'm from Chicago.
Oh.
And Delgado will send it over. Dix setting up Yosua, and the dink is good. And Long Beach back up 5.
Dorian Lowe's that little tight shot to the net, just kind of chunked it to the right side of the court.
So 15-10. And Everett to serve. Delgado able
Nice
to dig it out. Now over to Cardona, and she is able to finish. So Cardona gets the kill. And East LA back within 4 at 15-11. And we'll see Elvia Lucero to serve.
See if Long Beach can get a good pass this time.
Solano will take it, and it handcuffed her.
She thought it was. She knew it was going out. She was trying to get out of the way and just couldn't quite move fast enough.
I was just going to say, it looked like she couldn't quite decide.
Yep. And then she's like, "Oh, it is going out," and it got her.
I'm familiar with that from the tennis court. I can well imagine sometimes that split second, you got to make the decision. Tuatasi digs out the serve. And this is Samoa off the net. And Delgado just punches it over. Digs again up the middle. This is Trias. And Trias able to get it done.
I've seen Jerica hitting a little out of position that time. She hit out of the middle instead of out of the outside where she's been most of the game.
Yeah, it looks like to me like they've made a more concerted effort to bring it to the middle in this game overall. We've seen a number of spikes from that middle position. 4-point lead for Long
Changed all the
Beach.
way around.
Dix goes far side, looking for Yosua. That's dug out. Mosqueda dug out by Solano.
But net.
Okay, so a call there, and the point goes to East LA. So back within 3 at 16-13, and Mosqueda will serve.
Long Beach has switched their front row hitters. They've moved Doreen, who was playing middle, to the outside, and Jerica's now playing middle. So you'll see when they set up, they hit differently in different positions now than they were earlier.
Mosqueda with the serve, and it's Tuatasi who will take it. Back to Yosua. Diving save by Mosqueda. Delgado sends it back over. Dix goes cross court. Yosua dinks it over. And now it's Mosqueda. Dinks it over the front line and gets the point.
Caught Long Beach sleeping a little bit. They're kind of watching the game. Not going after those quick shots.
Okay, Acosta now into the game and will serve. Dix setting up Yosua, and that is blocked up front. It looked like Marino once again.
Yep.
So defense becoming more and more of a factor. We saw Everett earlier, Marino with a few blocks this game.
The blocking is really paying dividends on both sides.
Solano to Dix, and they will set up once again, and that's just dinked over. And it's Cardona. Dix will go back to Yosua. Yosua,
great dig.
Dug out by Delgado. And Delgado now just sends it over. Solano will set things up. Yosua again on the near side, off Delgado and out of play. So it was Tuatasi earlier, and now it looks like the offense running primarily through Yosua.
So that's Long Beach's big power hitters. So now Danielle's back and Tuatasi's back in the front row. So now you've got Asua and Tuatasi in the front row. So
Trias to
should
serve.
be good for Long Beach at this point. Long Beach can serve in.
Mosqueda for Delgado. And that went through Yosua and then off of Trias. So East LA picks up the point. Cardona will serve, and Long Beach clings to a 1-point lead, 17-16.
But a very exciting game.
Cardona. And this is Yosua. Yosua dinks it over.
And out of bounds.
And it's out of play, so 17 all now.
He's getting a little tight on Long Beach side. They need to relax and start hitting the ball again. East LA doing a great job serving the ball in the court.
Yosua in the middle. It goes far side, and it's good. Another heady play from Yosua there as she sees the opening as both two blockers slide over.
Yep. They want to stuff that block. Their blocks are working for them, so they're saying, we can block, we can block. They're saying a lot more people up there to block the ball.
So Yosua with the adjustment, and Long Beach back on top by 1. Mosqueda, and they set up Delgado on the far side. Dug out. Dix will set up Tuatasi. Off Marino. Marino
there's
is
that block
blocked
again.
Up front by Everett. Everett with another big block, and Long Beach has a 2-point lead.
But that came about because of the nice defensive play on Long Beach's side.
Cardona. And they'll set up Delgado, just pokes it over. And Dix now goes back to Tuatasi. And Marino with the block on Tuatasi.
It'll be interesting to see the blocking stats after this game. Lots of blocks on both sides.
Yeah, Marino and Everett in particular. Phil's been calling their name quite a bit. In the middle, blockers. The big story here in Game 3, 19-18. Long Beach leads it. Carrillo set to serve. Trias to Dix. And that's Yosua from the 10-foot line.
Out.
They'll set up Delgado in the corner.
Nice spot.
So
Tied up
Delgado
again.
sees the opening, and the game is tied at 19. Well, you don't always have to slam it full speed.
No, you don't.
To get the job done, and we're seeing that a lot this game as well.
Smart shots are better sometimes than hard hit balls.
And Carrillo's serve is off of Samoa. And East LA has the lead, and Long Beach will burn a timeout, 20-19. East LA leads Game 3 on SoCalCollegeSports.com. East LA leads at 20-19, and we got a couple of young teams here building this season, getting better as they go.
They are indeed.
And
making some errors, though, when you shouldn't really make them.
And a real experience building moment, you get the feeling coming here, is which team handles this tight Game 3 better down the stretch. Trias digs it out, and they're looking for Tuatasi. She sends it over. But East LA there, and it's Delgado. Dug out once again by Trias. Tuatasi. And a nice dig by Carrillo. Delgado flat-footed, and that's off of Samoa once again.
Yeah.
So East LA.
2 in a row now.
21-19. It's a fast-paced game, and you wonder at what point also conditioning becomes a factor.
It does.
Delgado a little flat-footed there, but able to still get enough on it to handcuff Samoa. And it's a 21-19 lead as Carrillo serves. Dix dinks it over.
Trying it both sides. Both setters dinking the ball.
Tuatasi
That's what she was looking
down
for.
the middle for the kill. And Long Beach back within 1. So Kelsey Dix on the serve. And they set up Vaca. And that's dug out by Yosua. Samoa, far side, and that's too strong. And East LA back up 2. Well, Samoa with good momentum moving forward there.
Yeah.
A little too juiced up. We have another timeout on the court. 22-20, East LA leading Game 3 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Tutorp, Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinevvc.com.
Well, nervous time in Game 3 for both squads, 22-20.
Yeah,
East
obviously
LA
I'm sorry.
on top of Long Beach, and Vaca to serve. Yosua. They go to Dix, Tuatasi far side. She's able to get the kill. Working against Lucero. And off of Lucero's hands, and Tuatasi will now serve. Long Beach trails it by 1.
Obviously, I'm for Long Beach having my daughter play there, but East LA is doing a great job of hanging in there and doing some really nice job blocking and playing some great defense. So give them credit.
Espinosa sets up Mosqueda. Dug out by Long Beach, and now Trias. Dug out once again. And a dink, and it's good. And that looked like Delgado far side again. Very heady.
Yep. Here
And
comes
2
East LA's
points
best
away.
server. Going back to the line to serve, too. Delgado's got all kinds of points the last game.
Tuatasi.
Another one there, too.
A little wide. And Long Beach will just have to send it over. Espinosa with the back set to Mosqueda, blocked by Everett. Delgado from the 10-foot line, and Everett able to save it. And we have a whistle before the
set.
Before the spike on the set. What was the call there?
It was a bad contact on the set.
Okay.
I think a little tight for this point in the game, but then that is my daughter setting the ball, so what can I say? It didn't look all that bad.
But you explained all that, so that's cool. You were up front. Dix. Near side, rather.
Line of Samoa that time.
Spike is good from Samoa. So down game point. And Dix to Samoa works once again. And Everett will serve. 24-22 East LA. Leading Long Beach. Delgado. Sets up Espinosa. And a dink attempt is dug out nicely by Tuatasi.
That's a nice down the line.
Yosua dug out once again. And Long Beach back to work. Samoa to Tuatasi. Carrillo digs it out. Espinosa on the run. And Lucero into the net. And Long Beach gets the point. It's 24-23.
Like timeout for East LA this time.
Take a short break on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 24-23 Long Beach on top of East LA. Game 3, women's volleyball. 24-23. Long Beach trails it by 1. Everett will serve.
Serving the court, that's always good at this point of the juncture, or this juncture in the match.
Far side. And that is Cardona. And a whistle and the
On
point.
the set that time, too. And that one wasn't too tight because it was really ugly.
Point to Long Beach, and they're back from 24-21 down 3 in a row. Tied at 24. Carrillo. Espinoza. Far side looking for Cardona again.
Too bad.
And that is blocked out of bounds. So East LA up 1, 25-24. And Lucero will serve. Here comes Solano for Everett. And Lucero moves over to the center. And it's too strong.
Tough time to serve out.
Lucero out of bounds, so 25 all, and now it's Samoa to serve.
And you got to win by 2, and there is no cap, so it can go on all night if it has to.
Carrillo digs it out. Espinoza from the back row. Delgado sends it over. Dix. And a dink, and it's good. Doreen Yosua just dinks it over Mosqueda. And Long Beach with their first game point now at 26-25.
That was a nice serve, too.
Espinoza.
Well handled, though.
Far side, and Tuatasi tries to dig it out, but can't.
Yeah.
And that was Cardona with the kill. So 26 all.
Danielle would probably like to go after that one with 2 hands next time instead of just 1.
Mosqueda.
I think we talked it was going to be a close game. Can't get much closer than this.
I'd have to say you're right. Dix with the back set. And that's Samoa.
That's a
and
nice
Mosqueda couldn't quite dig it out. And Long Beach with a second game point now at 27-26. Trias will serve.
Deflected off the block that time and made it a little harder to dig.
Vaca to Mosqueda. And Delgado from the back row. Solano will set things up. Dix near side. And Tuatasi, just a soft little dink, but good enough. And Long Beach takes game 3, 28-26. We will return with game 4 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Tutorp, Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinevbc.com.
getting set for Game 4, and it's now 2-1. Long Beach leads it. Now, I mean, a couple of stats really have jumped out at us as we discussed it in between games here, but Danielle Tuatasi, 17 kills, only 3 errors.
Yeah, on 36 attempts.
And then Asia Everett, three kills, no errors.
On 3 attempts. So, yeah, she's hitting perfect, which is unusual, but she's obviously get the ball a few more times. We've got team blocks of 6 for East LA and 7.5 for Long Beach. So they're staying about even. But the blocks come at different times. Sometimes a block is more effective depending on where it is in the game. A block at the start of the game, sometimes no big deal. At the end, when it's 26-26, you want to block.
Right, yeah, like big points obviously become, later when it becomes a win by 2. Okay, let's take a look now. What do you expect maybe from East LA here? Is there an adjustment that they even need to make? They just lost 28-26, so obviously 1 or 2 points in another direction. They had a couple of game points.
Yep, exactly. I mean, they need to finish the game. They get to that game point, you want to finish it right then and there. Make sure you serve in the court. Don't serve out like they did in that one game that one point where they were up and then served it out and gave Long Beach a chance. Unforced errors. I think we talked about those. I think I talked about it with Mike. The serving is the only time you have total control over what you're doing, so you need to go out there and really concentrate and really serve the ball, especially at a crucial time. Get rid of the butterflies in your stomach and serve the ball in the court. Sometimes
I wonder, we talked a little bit about it, it's such a fast-paced game that when a point's over, it's immediately right back to the next point. I mean, there's no huddle here or anything like that. So adrenaline and controlling that adrenaline seems like something that you have to learn to harness.
It can be difficult sometimes to settle everything down and serve the ball in the court again.
Dix will start out on the serve, and they set up Delgado. And Delgado's spike is too strong, so Long Beach off to a 1-0 lead here in Game 4. And Espinoza sets up Carrillo, who just punches it over. Dix with the back set to Samoa. Samoa's good cross court.
Nice strong angle that time from Lonnie. They're hitting the ball hard, and that's what they need to do, I think. I think, with the exception of Doreen, Long Beach really is a power team. They really hit the ball. Danielle and Lonnie both hit the ball really hard. Doreen has some smart plays.
Cross to Mosqueda. She goes to the back row. Dix setting up Tuatasi, and Tuatasi over Mosqueda.
There's that strong hit again.
I think we've seen that a few times today.
We have indeed. 18 times to be exact. From her, anyway.
So Long Beach off to an early 3-0 lead here in Game 4. And Dix with the serve into the net.
As we've seen, though, leads don't seem to make much difference in this game. It seems to ebb back and forth. Long Beach will be out for a while, then East LAC will come back, and then ELAC will be out for a bit, and Long Beach will come back.
Delgado will serve.
The best server again, causing problems for Long Beach.
Off of Tuatasi, but a nice save by Dix, and Tuatasi sends it over. Now Espinoza. Quick shot over, and Long Beach can't handle it. So East LA, I thought it was, okay, now it is 3-2. That's right, with the serve in the net, of course. So back within 1. Delgado to serve. Dug out by Trias. And just dinked over by Samoa. Spinoa with the back set to Mosqueda. And Mosqueda a little too strong.
Yeah, just look at the stats here. Delgado for East LA has had 5 aces so far this match, so she's clearly the match leader in aces.
Yeah, a big factor in the Game 2 win on the serve.
And even those ones that weren't aces sometimes were, bad passes, so you couldn't do anything with them.
Cardona blocked up front by Samoa. Now Delgado from the back row. Dix will set up Yosua. Dug out nicely by Delgado.
Out of bounds, though.
True, I was blocked.
Yeah, I know, it's hard to see, isn't it?
Blocked by the referee, but you had the angle on that one.
I did. I can see the referee what his hands are doing, too, sometimes.
Sometimes I just need you to pick me up. It's cool. Tuatasi into the net. So another serve error.
Error, yeah.
And I suppose if there's one thing that you can look at from a Long Beach standpoint that maybe is something to work on here, it's a number of errors off the serve.
Yep, it's true.
Carrillo will serve.
You don't like giving away free points.
Well, I'm no coach. Trias off the net, but digs it out.
That's a nice play.
And the finish from Samoa. So a nice job by Kelsey Dix up front.
That was a heads-up ball that time. Nice play. Didn't get too panicky. Just put the ball up nicely for Lonnie to hit it away.
And Everett will serve.
Great
Setting up
pass
Espinoza. And that's Cardona to Atasi. Sets up Dix over to Yosua, and now Delgado will send it over. Dix with the back set. Nice block by Cardona.
Good cover that time, too.
But dug out by Long Beach. And a diving attempt by Espinosa.
Awesome defensive play again by East LA.
Trias, Espinosa to Carrillo, and now Cardona. Cardona with the dig, and a nice diving save by Everett.
That one's blocked out of bounds, so they hit the antenna. Should be a point for Long Beach. There you go.
Looked like Mosqueda over there getting a hand on it, but blocking it out of bounds, so Long Beach leads it now 7-3. Everett, of course, was serving during the big run as Long Beach came from 24-21 down.
Yeah, she was.
To win game 3, 28-26, and now Mosqueda, the dink, dug out. Samoa will try. Carrillo digs it out. Delgado up the middle. And Tuatasi sends it over. Digs to Yosua. And that was Cardona. Again, looking for the open court and finding it far side. And East LA has the ball back now 7-4.
It's funny how you see one team do something, kind of chunk it around, do a dink, then the other team does a dink or chunks it around. It's funny how that kind of, they think, oh, they can do that, I can do that.
Mosqueda to serve. And Trias on the fake, but it is Samoa, rather, coming behind who gets the finish.
That's a design play. They practice that in practice. So they kind of fix the blockers out, and the blockers aren't sure who to jump with, and hitters have a clear net.
And Samoa made no mistake. 8-4, Long Beach on top. Cardona, and she finds the open court, cross court.
That's a nice placement on her part that time.
You know, you wonder in a match, I mean, do you start to sort of get calibrated to a certain speed, and that's why it becomes sort of like changing speeds and pitching.
You do.
Where you need to sort of mix it up because blockers will get very calibrated to a certain, no matter how hard it comes.
Yeah, you tend to expect a certain hard hit ball or something like that, and then somebody kind of puts one in softly, and it's like they're back on their heels and can't play it. That's kind of a not very good pass that time.
Long Beach unable to corral it, so 8-6 now. East LA back within 2. Cardona getting ready to serve. Solano.
Another not very good
Samoa
pass.
And Tuatasi dug out by Cardona. And now a dink from Delgado, and it's good for the point, so 8-7. And that is 3 in a row now for East LA, and they're back within 1, as you talked about at the start. Unlikely that one of these two teams going to run away and hide from the other.
Not so much. Not in this match. It's fun to watch. Makes for good volleyball.
Samoa. Cross to Tuatasi. And that was Yosua, dug out by East LA. Delgado with another dink. Too high, and Samoa is able to get there. And we have a whistle now.
Called the set again.
So another point for East LA, and the game is tied at 8.
And the coaching staff at Long Beach is not liking that. Those calls on the sets. They don't mind it being called. If you're going to call it, you got to call it both sides. And there's been some sets on Elak's side that have been kind of questionable as well, and he hasn't called those.
And Dix now running one-hander, puts it over.
Touch off the block.
So Long Beach back in front, and another heady play from Kelsey Dix.
Yep, that was a nice
and
play.
I'm not just saying that because she's your daughter there, but
Thank you, I appreciate that. It was a smart play. Sometimes you got to make those decisions on the spur of the moment.
So Yosua.
She fortunately found some hands that time.
Will serve, and a diving dig, and now sent over by Mosqueda. Samoa.
Kind of a little off speed, just like you talked about, Jeff.
And Lucero got a hand on it, but couldn't get it over, so it's 10-8 now. Long Beach up 2.
Had Lonnie hit that ball really hard like she has been doing, it probably would have come back, but it was just a little off-speed shot.
So Yosua, and that'll be Cardona. Now cross to Delgado, blocked by Trias, but dug out. Delgado once again, and another dig. Dix sets up Tuatasi, but that's blocked and out of play, so East LA gets it back. I think that was Vaca up front. Don't have the best view, again blocked.
I know it. If that lines person would move, we'd have a good angle of the game.
Well, I guess the chair position was a regrettable choice by me. 10-9, Long Beach on top. and Lucero will serve. Solano digs it out, now sets up Trias, blocked by Marino. But Long Beach gets it back. Tuatasi far side with the kill, and Long Beach back up 2. Well, when you need one. You can't go too wrong going back to Tuatasi up front.
Yep. 19 kills tonight, at least that's my count.
Trias will serve. Mosqueda dinks it over, but Long Beach has it. And now it looked like Everett and Samoa, a little miscommunication as they both went to set, and the ball hits the court, so the point to East LA, and they're back within 1.
A little confusion. Kelsey dug that ball, so she wasn't available to set, and then Lonnie is supposed to come in and take that ball, so really Everett should have got out of the way.
Vaca to serve. Trias to Dix. And now Tuatasi off the hands up front, and it falls in, so Long Beach back up 2 on another kill from Tuatasi.
Yeah. Daniel's having a great night tonight.
Well, you said it before. We talked a little bit pre-game here. You said that among the top hitters, it's a tendency right now with a young team with Long Beach. One of them tends to be off. Another one maybe, on another night, that kind of thing, as Delgado goes far side, and that's off Dix and out of play. But what you're feeling tonight, because it feels like Tuatasi's on, but also we've seen some good effort from Samoa and Yosua up front as well. It seems like overall a pretty solid team effort tonight.
They have. And, Long Beach is a team. They don't have any real stars. They have players that the team works well when they play together. And they have to all really do good to have victory. And this team, East LA, is a tough team, so that's 2 now.
Everett tries to dink it to the near side, but it skirts off the net and out of play.
Just like Jerica tried last time. Kind of got the top of the tape and rolls on Long Beach's side.
So 12 all. Delgado will serve. Near side dug out nicely. And that is Everett up front, and it's off Carrillo and out of play, so Everett stays perfect.
She does.
And Long Beach back up out front 13-12. And now Tuatasi will serve. As Carrillo. And they'll set up Cardona. Cardona looking near side, but too long. So Long Beach back up 2. Tuatasi, and that's too strong. Carrillo lets it go, so East LA back within 1, 14-13, they trail it.
Those unforced errors again, killing Long Beach at the moment. Few too many service errors.
Carrillo. And Trias with the dig. And the kill. That was Yosua again, far side. Nice job by Doreen Yosua.
She's getting a lot more sets now that she's moved to the outside. She was playing middle the first couple of games, and they switched her to the outside, and she's getting a lot more swings and a lot more kills because of that. Espinosa
setting up Cardona. I want to say that was off of Trias or perhaps Samoa and out of play, but East LA gets the point. Back within 1 again, 15-14.
I know, I see the shot. It's cool.
So it's Mosqueda getting ready to serve. Tuatasi. And they were looking for Yosua. And Yosua has it sent back, so game tied at 15.
That set was a little low for Doreen. She needs a little higher so she has time to swing at those balls.
Tuatasi. And Solano will send it back. Tuatasi from the 10-foot line and into the net.
That's a tough ball to swing at.
Yeah, that serve looked like it handcuffed Tuatasi just a little bit. Solano had to try and make the set from back at the far line. So East LA with the lead now, 16-15, game 4. Yosua will get it back from Dix, and the dink is good. And a nice adjustment from Yosua.
Yeah, a lot of times coaches will teach their kids to, or tell their kids to serve the hitter on the other side so that it kind of makes them think about the pass instead of think about the hit and makes a mistake.
Trias.
Yeah, that's a call. There we go. Good job, Ruff.
So the call goes against East LA, and Long Beach back on top now, 17-16. And it's Samoa to serve.
Into the net.
And into the net. So the theme continues, and we just saw a very good serve from Samoa that definitely handcuffed East LA. But then went into the net, and it's 17-all.
I have to start keeping track of service errors, I think. There's been a lot of them this game, on both sides.
Dix to Yosua, far side, and it's dug out. Yosua gets it back. Carrillo able to dig.
So you should have called that set too.
And Cardona sends it over. Now Long Beach back to work. Yosua just sends it back. Carrillo will set up Delgado, flat-footed. The save by Yosua gets it back. Carrillo with the dig. Delgado once again.
Nice.
That's off Yosua and out of play.
Nice hard hit.
So Delgado gets in better position for the second spike and able to get a little more on it.
Able to really swing at it that time.
So East LA back up 18-17, timeout on the court. Game 4. Long Beach leads it 2-1, but they trail this one 18-17 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
This broadcast is being brought to you by Highline Volleyball. Founded by Club Director Randy Tutorp, Highline Volleyball provides boys and girls ages 14 through 18 an opportunity to work with expert coaching, a certified strength and conditioning coach, and high-tech equipment used by elite-level professionals in the sport. For more information, contact Charla Nunez at 562-618-4689 or visit Highline Volleyball at www.highlinevbc.com.
18-17, East LA trying to force a game 5 here, trailing 2-1. Cardona will serve. Dix will set up.
Dorian.
That was Yosua once again. And a great job. Looked like they ran the same play from a few points ago.
They did.
Trias on the fake.
Yep.
And
Coach called a timeout and says, here's what we're going to do, and they do it, and they did it well.
Yosua on the serve. Delgado near side. Trias gets a piece of it. Dix will set up to Atasi, and that's off of Vaca. Point for Long Beach, and they're back in front 19-18.
I kept that as Tuatasi's 21st kill tonight. I think that's probably a career match for her.
Yosua set to serve.
Nice short serve.
Good placement. Delgado will just send it over. Up front, that was Lucero, dug out. Setting up to Atasi again. And Cardona couldn't quite handle it, and it's 20-18. Now 3 in a row for Long Beach. They lead it by 2.
Hopefully Long Beach can keep the serve in the court. Keep the pressure on.
Yosua, another short serve. Mosqueda sets up Cardona. Soft shot, dug out to Atasi.
Oh, too bad. Oh, yeah.
And it was
nice.
right on the line.
From my angle, looked out of bounds, but that's why I'm not calling lines, I guess.
To Atasi, making a nice adjustment. Goes cross court there with the soft shot and catches the line. Long Beach leads it by 3. Another timeout, 21-18. You are watching women's volleyball on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Yosua set to serve. Long Beach leading 21-18. 4 points away now. Cardona digs it out. Mosqueda tries to tip it over.
Yeah, that was a net on Long Beach's side that time. Got a little anxious for that ball. Thought it was coming over.
Looked like Mosqueda didn't really have much other choice there. Nope. Just sort of dinks it over, but picks up the point. So 21-19, East LA. Back with the serve, it's Lucero. A little short, dug out. To Atasi, blocked up front. There's another dig, and they'll go back to Tuatasi. Back row, Cardona has the dig. Back set to Vaca, and that's off the hands up front, and a point for East LA. Vaca with the kill.
And they're coming back.
Well, somehow you felt like they would.
It was going to just happen, wasn't it? It's happened all game, all match.
And another timeout on the floor here. Let's keep it here, 21-20. I'm going to put you really on the spot here. You know, what do you say right now? Okay. Well, that's not good.
Keep going, guys. We can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, we've lost our picture here for the moment, but we're going to go audio only for the moment. East LA at this point, they trail at 21-20. What do they do at this point here right now?
They're going to have to make sure they've got the serve in the court, and they're going to have to play some stellar defense like they have been doing, keep the ball in play. And, you know, really, they just have to keep calm. And Long Beach, on the other hand, has to kind of settle out a little bit and not make passing mistakes. Get a good serve reception so they can run a good hit and probably set it to Danielle, who's been, you know, just outstanding tonight. And I would imagine set to her.
At this point, you see that Tuatasi has had the last several attempts.
Yep.
And you wonder, is that, I mean, do they mix up? Do they mix it up at this point? Does that do some good to go back maybe to Yosua?
It may be, but Osua's in the back row at the moment, so really they've got Jerica in the front, Jerica and Tuatasi at the front row players that can hit the ball. So it's almost bound to go to Tuatasi.
Okay, we're getting our picture back now, working on the technical difficulties. Dix
moved her around,
set it up. Blocked up front by Marino. Off the net, East LA has the point, and the game's tied at 21.
Tied at 21. But they didn't set it outside. They moved it around a little bit that time, so that was good.
So Lucero continues on the serve. Game tied at 21. Solano digs out the low serve. And they set up to Atasi. Vaca gets a piece of it.
That's her kill that time.
But not enough.
And getting hit again.
We'll just keep it down here.
We'll keep talking. Jerica's going back to serve, it looks like.
All right, we're having just a little trouble with the camera. I think it's the tripod that's really giving us more trouble than the camera. So Trias ready to serve. It's 22-21. And a quick shot from Mosqueda. No set, just goes back over, and East LA gets the point.
22 all.
And a great play from Mosqueda. Eschews the set there and just dinks it over.
Yep. And really, that's the blocker's responsibility. They should be up blocking that ball, seeing that she's done that a couple, 3 times. Now they should read that and say, I got to jump with the setter and make sure that I don't let that ball come over the net.
Vaca to serve. Dix on the set. Tuatasi from the center.
Of course. Who else is going to get the ball?
That was off of Marino, and it was a matchup there between the premier hitter there.
Yep. And the good blocker.
And the middle blocker, Marino, who's been having an outstanding game. And that time, Tuatasi able to win the battle, and it's 23-22. Dix will serve.
Good thing we got that serve in the court.
Carrillo back to Delgado, flat-footed, dug out nicely.
From
The set, it's Tuatasi. Cardona with the save. Here's Delgado near side. Dinks it
nice
in the far
shot in the corner. That's a great shot. Great smart play.
What placement from Delgado. 23 all, and
another
we're in
2-point game.
Win by 2 situation here. And Delgado will serve.
East LA's best server back at the line again.
Trias gets it to Yosua. The setup. And that shot is good.
Tuatasi's 26th kill, by my reckoning.
Yeah, Tuatasi there went a little bit softer with that shot. View partially blocked, but it was Tuatasi who sort of one-handed it.
Wasn't a great set because it wasn't Kelsey setting the ball. A little off pass and match point.
That's Carrillo. Espinosa with the save. Delgado sends it over, and they're going to call that.
The set. That's a horrible way to end. Unfortunately for East LA, that's just too bad.
Unfortunate, but it looked to me like a call that had to be made. Even as I looked at that one, you hate to see it end that way, but I thought I saw maybe 2 different, like a double.
It was. I mean, it probably was the right call, but after such a tight match and such a tough game all the way around, it's really too bad for East LA. It's a tough way to end.
Yeah, and Delgado there set up, and obviously she had a phenomenal match.
She did. She played very well.
Both teams, an outstanding effort in the end. Long Beach wins it 3 games to 1, 25-23 rather in Game 4. Let's take a short break. We'll come back for a very quick wrap-up here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So Long Beach wins it 3-1, 25-23. A thrilling wrap-up here with a 28-26 win in Game 3 and then 25-23 in Game 4. Not surprisingly, a matchup of two very evenly matched teams, and that's exactly what we saw here tonight. Any a final thought from you as you take a look at the final stats here?
I'm looking at the stats, and I see that Tuatasi had 25 kills, hit 358, which is a phenomenal hitting percentage with 53 swings. Lonnie Samoa had 17 kills, and Doreen Asua had 15 kills. Not to short ELAC, they had 2 double-digit players on their side. Delgado had 15, and Cardona had 11. So both teams hit really well and spread the ball around. So it was a good hitting match.
Yeah, 2 young teams that seem to be coming on here, and it's a top-heavy conference with El Camino.
It is.
And help me out here, El Camino,
Pasadena,
Mount Sac, and Pasadena.
Sac.
That's right. But a couple of exciting young teams here, and of course only one sophomore, which you know as well as anybody.
I do.
On this Long Beach team. So certainly a bright future as they look ahead for both teams as they continue to build. Want to thank our sponsors once again, the Boudreaux Pipeline Corporation and Highline Volleyball. Of course, many people to thank as always. Chris Ruiz, SID, Randy Tutorp, as always, taking great care of us. We want to thank head coach Susie Whitmer as well. For Long Beach, for Russ Dix, it's great to have you. Really appreciate it, and the expertise badly needed and greatly appreciated. For Mike Cepeda, I am Jeff Stoynoff for SoCalCollegeSports.com. So long, everybody.